Hello, and welcome to Songs for the Struggling Artist, the blogcast. My name is Emily Rainbow Davis, and depending on the day, you may have just heard an ad for Anchor, which is the host of this podcast. And and this post is a little bit about that. So you know when you are listening, it's probably going to be gone pretty soon. I might explain more about that maybe after I read you this already out of date blog. This blog I posted on the 22nd of March. It may have already been slightly out of date by the time I posted it, but it is definitely out of date now. But, you know, some of these things are kind of time capsules. They speak to a particular moment. And this one in particular, you'll hear why it is particularly time capsule-y. So I'm just going to pretend that no time has passed and this is all still true, and then do some explaining once I have read you this post, which is called 35 Cents. Hey, all my good people who have worried about me and my financial security, worry no more. I have signed up to do advertising on my podcast, and after a week with the service, I have made 35 cents. The little pending next to the number disappeared, and now I have 35 cents. 35 cents! I sold out to the man, the Anchor man. Ha! Anchor's the name of my host, distributor, so that's the joke. Anchor, the man. Anyway, and I made 35 cents. Woo! Let's throw a 35-cent party. I joke, of course. No one can throw a party for under $1, but I do have to say, while the number is currently very small, it is in fact much larger than any of the other digital platforms I pour content onto. WordPress, the home of my blog, has ads, but that revenue goes to them, not me. Pretty much everything else I do on the web besides the podcast costs me money. It doesn't make me any. Spotify, for example, recently upped their payments to 0.02 cents per song play. But that music doesn't stream every day, and at the current rate, I have spent vastly more money to put songs on the digital platforms than I can ever hope to recoup from the payments for them. Just last week, when I cross-posted a blog on Medium, I post them first on WordPress, then import them to Medium. It asked me if I wanted to opt in to their recommendation service, which could potentially offer me money through a porous paywall. It's complicated. I said yes. So this, at some point, may also turn into a small income stream. As much as I want to joke about my 35 cents via Anchor this week, I do actually think it's a step in the right direction. Combined with Medium's new policy, it's starting to feel like the incremental payments that Jaron Lanier proposed in You Are Not a Gadget may actually happen. Lanier suggested that instead of the total free and open internet that its creators thought they were making, we should have some way to tag creations with their creators that would then send them micropayments. If more of these digital platforms began to follow suit, to pay creators for their content, I might start to feel a little hopeful about the digital world again. Now, am I ready to throw a 35-cent parade? No. Anchor is now owned by Spotify. It could all just blend into an underpaid nightmare at some point, but for now, 35 cents is actually a step in the right direction. And a little hope is a pretty good deal for 35 cents. At the moment, it's breaking down to a little more than 1 cent per listener. And if more people started to listen to the podcast, it could become even more, and then it'll be a real Blue Apron Casper mattress advertising world. For those of you who don't listen to the baskets upon baskets of American podcasts the way that I do, for a while, those two companies were doing the bulk of podcast advertising. If that advertising world comes to be for me, I'm bound to have some complicated feelings about it. But I will be comforting myself with my baskets of 35 cents. So, so here's the update. 3 weeks into this advertising adventure, I have now not yet made $1. I have not yet hit the dollar mark. The last time I checked my numbers, it was at 94 cents in 3 weeks of advertising. So what that means to me is that it's probably not worth it to continue to keep this advertising activated. I feel like the sort of dip in quality that I feel like the podcast has because of advertising, and sort of bundled with my own sense of credibility around the topic. It's like, how much am I going to sell out for? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to make $1 in 3 weeks, first of all, I spent a long time, actually. I re-recorded the ad several times, which was an interesting project, and I'm curious about it, and I feel like, okay, if I'm going to do this, then I want to have some integrity about it and figure out the best way to do it. And anyway, so I spent a bunch of time, which has paid off so dramatically with those 94 cents. So I'm going to pull it. I'm going to wait because basically I can cash out anytime. And I just don't want to cash out before I have $1. You know, it's like I'm going to keep it there so that at least when I take out the money, it's not under $1. That's my plan. So it's coming. I'm closing this advertising thing down. And I know it's dependent on how many listeners I have. So at the moment I average between, 29 and 32 per episode. And so with those numbers, that I'm not going to be making big bucks via advertising. I probably could have worked that out before, but I just didn't really know how any of this worked. But now I do. So see you later, advertising. So that's the latest developments on that. I'm working on something. I don't know if I'm gonna make a post about it or what, but I also just did this big switch of music from my digital distribution host. I don't know what they call it. They're my digital distributor. Was Reverb Nation, and it still is for 3 albums. But I've been making the switch so that they'll eventually all be over with CD Baby, just because CD Baby had a sale, and I won't have to pay for it every year, unlike on Reverb Nation, where it would be $50 every year for each album. On CD Baby, I pay them $29 once, and then that's it. So. Anyway, in the course of that process of switching music from one distributor to another, I just sort of realized some facts. So looking at the Reverb Nation one, when they were trying to keep me from leaving, I saw on the thing, they were like, okay, you had 751 streams this year. So that's 1 year of being on their service. And actually 1 year and a little bit of change because of the whole drama last year when I had to take it a few songs down. So that's basically a year, 751 streams. And and this is with every single platform, not just Spotify, it's Google Play, it's whoever else. I made $2.61 on that album. So... So I mean, I did in a year make more than I am making on advertising here on the platform, but I think the ratio of good to ill with the advertising it's not worth it. I'd rather just it would be amazing to get a new patron on Patreon, like somebody who just contributed an extra $2. Like I get $2 a month from someone amazing instead of advertising. That's my hope and wish. I mean, $2, more than $2 would be nice too. But anyway, speaking of Patreon, if you want to support me there, it's patreon.com/Emily R. Davis. You can throw some money in the hat at Ko-fi, Kofi. Also, Emily, just search for Emily Rainbow Davis there. PayPal's an option. Follow me on Twitter, like Songs for the Struggling Artist on Facebook, all the things. And the song that I have for you today, I have been laughing about it. I find it funny to give you this song when I made a post about making 35 cents in a week. Now 94 cents in 3 weeks. Anyway, the song I'm giving you is Hall & Oates' Rich Girl, because I am a rich girl with my 35 cents. You're a rich girl, and you've gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money, you can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl, but it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. Don't you know that it's wrong to take what he's given you so far gone on your own? You can get along if you try to be strong, but you'll never be strong. Oh, you're a rich girl, and you've gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money, you can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl, but it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. High and dry out of the rain, it's so easy to hurt others when you can't feel pain. Don't you know that a love can grow? 'Cause there's too much to give, 'cause you'd rather live for the thrill of it all. Oh, you're a rich girl, and you've gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money, you can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl, but it's gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. Say money, money won't get you too far. Say money, money won't get you too far. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far. And you say you can rely on the old man's money, you can rely on the old man's money. You're a rich girl, a rich girl. Oh, you're a rich, rich girl. Say money, money won't get you too far. Say money, money won't get you too far. Say money, money won't get you too far, get you too far.